Welcome to the podcast, Dreamy Cappuccino, where stories, musings, and memoirs fill your cup with inspiration. Get your headphones on, find your favorite chair, and close your eyes. It's time to hit the reset button, and for this hot, foamy cloud of caffeine to take you away on a journey into your imagination. It's time to wake up and go to dreamland.
The Lost Mouse in the Heating. There was a mouse living in an abundant heating system in an empty house, left to its own devices, dreaming of better things to come. She lived in the heating by accident, meaning she didn't find the exit anymore. When she had discovered the heating, this was a while ago now, she had been curious and thought it was exciting, because it looked like a rather fascinating labyrinth. And that is exactly what it was, a labyrinth. And after her first enthusiasm faded a bit, confusion took slowly over, until the mouse couldn't tell where for heaven's sake the exit could be. The hours she continued searching turned into days, and eventually into weeks. That's why it was appropriate to say that the mouse was living in the abundant heating. It was very surprising that the mouse survived. After all, she had nothing to eat. The mouse had found out that if she imagined a piece of cheese and imagined precisely how she would eat it, and how it would taste, and how it would make its way through her stomach and intestines, it was as filling and satisfying as if she would have eaten a real piece of cheese. Funnily enough, she even had to go to the toilet. Of course, she had chosen a far-away corner from the bit where she lived in. The mouse didn't really understand why it worked, but she also didn't care, as long as she wasn't starving to death. One day, the mouse thought, what if she used the heating as some sort of resonating cavity, like a drum or so? She thought that maybe someone would hear her and come and rescue her. By now, she had given up on finding the exit on her own. This is how the lost mouse in the heating started to create the most incredible music. She drummed, she sang, she produced all sorts of sounds. It was quite a peculiar music, as if it was coming from other spheres altogether. It didn't sound like a mouse was producing this music, but rather like a full-grown, virtuous orchestra. The mouse had completely forgotten why she originally had started to play music. She enjoyed it so much that she couldn't get enough of it. She played day in, day out, and she got better and better, and created more fantastic music than ever. Of course, this couldn't go on unnoticed forever, and the people in the neighborhood started to hear the music coming from the empty, decaying house. One day, the neighbors decided to go together to the house and to have a look what was going on. They were too scared to go on their own. They ended up standing in front of the sounding heating with a very surprised look on their faces. Surely, this hadn't been what they had anticipated. But they were so smitten with amazement that they only could stand in front of the heating and listen to this extraordinary, otherworldly music. Finally, the mouse took a break, and the people erupted into frenetic applause. The mouse got a mighty fright when she heard the unexpected applause from the outside. Then she leapt for joy and ran straight for the exit to take several bows in front of the astonished audience, who had expected anything but a mouse. Thanks to the applause, the mouse, with her very fine-tuned ears, had been able to locate the exit immediately. But now the mouse was so crazy about music that she decided to return back into the heating. The neighbors promised to come back and to applaud, so that she could find the exit again. They kept their promise and even brought some real cheese for the mouse. What a feast that was for the mouse, one only can imagine. The news about the miraculous mouse playing incredible music inside a heating system in an empty house spread wide and fast. Many people came to hear the mouse play, and soon the house could not hold all the people who wanted to see and hear her. She got booked into big halls to play concerts in. She even played in the Royal Albert Hall in London. The Lost Mouse got so famous that she eventually started touring the world, making many people happy, listening to this otherworldly music. Thanks to the applause at the end of each concert, she always found the exit again. She got an abundance of cheese any mouse could only wish for and stayed in 5-star hotels. She had become a real celebrity and she enjoyed every bit of it. Other mice tried to imitate the lost mouse in the heating, and they lost themselves in abundant heatings. Many died in this fashion because they weren't able to produce music and they couldn't find the exit anymore. Apparently, it doesn't work to get lost in a thing which has not been designed for that person, or in this case, for a mouse. The lost mouse in the heating, on the other hand, is still giving concerts, and if she ever happens to come in your area, make sure to go and see her. Book the tickets well ahead of time, because all her concerts are always sold out. The music is really most incredible, and everyone should hear the Lost Mouse in the heating at least once in their lifetime. It's a miracle, indeed.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Dreamy Cappuccino. The story you just heard can be found in Anya Kirsten's ebook, Inappropriate Colors, 12 Story Delights for the Wacky Mind. All stories are written and narrated by Anya Kirsten, with music composed by Chelsea Edwardson. To learn more about their work and creative opportunities, check out the info on the podcast channel and be sure to subscribe. Lastly, don't hesitate if you have a moment to drop a line and share your experience. See you soon when it's time for another dreamy cappuccino.